guys, Miss Hutchinson here. Just want to say that we miss you guys very much. Also, just a reminder to do your daily challenge and to send it to a picture to your teacher. Today, I'm going to be doing science with you guys, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about plants. All of you guys got packets of seeds, and I wanted to give a huge shout out to Becky from Helena Farm Supply, and thank you so much for providing all the kindergartners with seeds. And what's really cool is that all of us are kind of planting some different things. So some of you guys might be planting broccoli or spinach or corn or carrots, or there's a whole bunch of other things that you guys might be planting. So that's very cool. On Monday, you guys were asked to plant your flowers and to document your growth of your plant in your seed observation journal. So on Monday, I planted mine. Here's mine. And I'm actually planting corn. So I'm super excited for that. I just put it in a glass cup because it's too cold right now for me to plant it into my garden. And then I just put soil, planted one of the seeds, and then added water. In order for plants to grow, they need 4 things. Soil, so dirt, soil, water, air, and sun. Now, depending on what kind of plant you have will also determine how much water or sun a plant needs. So like an iris needs a lot of water, where a cactus doesn't need as much water. When I plant flowers at my home, I also have to think about where I'm planting certain flowers out, because sometimes I have parts of my home that get a lot of sun and some I have that get a lot of shade. So I have to really watch what plants I plant. And a lot of times they will say it on the packages, or when you go and buy plants, it will have a little thing that tells you how much sun it needs and how much water, how far they should be planted, things like that. So you need soil, air, water, and sun. I will also post a very cool, catchy song that tells you what plants need. Again, thank you, Becky from Helena Farm Supply, for the awesome seeds. So I also documented my planting. So I just put on Monday, I planted, and I hope it turns into corn. So this is what I hope it turns into, and this is what it looks like right now. I also documented it for today, for April 8th. And as you guys can see, it really hasn't changed much, but that's okay because I might just not be able to see that growth yet. So there's that. All right, boys and girls, so we're going to be doing our plants, parts of plants worksheet. So in your packet, you also got this, parts of plants. With it, you got this paper and this paper. So let's talk about the parts of a plant. Okay, so here's our parts of a plant. The very first thing that happens out of the seed is it starts to grow the roots. Now, roots are extremely important because they actually hold the plant up in the ground. Not only does it do that, it creates that holding it into the ground. It also can help. It also helps get the water to the plant throughout the plant. So the roots grow first, getting that down into the dirt so that it's strong and helps get the water from the soil. Next becomes that stem. Now, I think of the stem as a giant straw because it sucks up that water from the roots all the way up to the flower. It also can help make the plant stronger by holding up the flower. Next, we move up to the leaves. Now, the leaves are very important, and I'm going to tell you guys a big college talk word right now, and it's called photosynthesis. Now, what that means is that from the sun, your plant is able to make food. So these leaves stick out and it helps suck in the sun, which then creates food for your plant. Then we go up to the flower. Now, with the flower, sometimes that flower will also grow into a fruit. So think about like a life cycle of an apple. You had your apple blossom, which then later turned into a fruit. Also, you get your seeds from the flower. So corn, thinking of corn, which I planted, it will eventually grow, and it will create a corn cob on it. From there, you can get the seeds. This is what I planted. It's a piece of corn that is just dried out, and then I created the seed. So that flower, that fruit, or that vegetable, created the seed for me to grow more. And we will talk about the life cycle of a plant in a few days. So we're going to do parts of a plant together. So very first thing you will need to do is you will need your white piece of paper and this. You will need this slip of paper and you will need these. I would like you guys to cut out all 4 of these and cut out these. Now, I already have this stuff done just so that you guys can follow along with me. So if you need to pause the video, you can, so that you can cut out your stuff or do your coloring or things like that. Okay, so here is my color. I've cut out my things. And now I'm going to get ready to glue. So you will also need a glue stick and scissors. So here we go. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this piece of paper. And do you see these dotted lines? I'm going to cut on those, but I need to make sure that I do not go past this black line. So here we go. And then I'm going to stop. Stop. And stop. And then I'm going to fold them over like this, just on that black line as best as I can, and then flatten back out. So this side I cut and this side I didn't. So I'm going to put glue on the back. Can you guys see where I added my purple glue? And then I'm actually going to stick this on the paper right here. Stick it down. So I'm going to just match up corner to corner and glue them together. Now, because I only put glue on this side and stuck it on, I can still open these parts. All right. Now, boys and girls, it's time for us to label them. Okay, so let's look at our roots first. So roots. I want you to find this, and it says roots on it. What does it say on it? Roots. You're going to open up this little foldy. And on right here, you're going to glue roots. So I put my glue on, and then I glue it on. So that way, there's a picture of my roots. And then when I fold, it says roots. Okay, now let's go to our stem. This is our stem. So you are going to get your one that says stem. Stem. You're going to fold it and glue it. So there's our stem. So again, we have our roots. We have our stem. What's this one? Leaf. Good. All right, so grab your leaf. And now you're going to glue it on. All right, so there we go. We have roots, stem, and our leaf. And our last one is our flower. So grab the one that says flower, and you are going to glue it on. Now remember, boys and girls, if I'm going too fast, you guys can just pause the video, okay? All right, so I'm going to glue on flower. So right now, friends, we have labeled all of them. We did a great job. We have our roots, our stem, our leaf, and our flower. Well, now we're going to add a little bit more information about what each of these do. All right, so let's start at the roots, because that's the first thing that comes out of our seed. Now, I want you to find this piece, and it says, they take in blank and hold a plant in this, in the blank. Okay. So get this. Now we are going to write on it. All right. So they take in water. I'm going to write this on, and then you can look at mine. And hold a plant in the, what do they hold the plant in? The ground. All right. And there you go. They take in water and hold a plant in the ground. All right. So there's that. And now we're going to look at this again, our foldable. If I was to flip over the roots, I have roots here. Well, I'm going to glue this right here. And that way, if someone was to come look at my parts of the plants, they could flip it over, see what it is, and also what that part does. I'm going to glue it in right. There. All right. There it goes. And boys and girls, I will also post an example just because it might be a little easier for you guys to read and copy from a picture versus the video. Or you can also just pause me. All right. So we did our roots. Now remember, boys and girls, the roots, they take in water and hold a plant in the ground. So root takes in what? Water, and it holds the plant in the ground. Okay. Now we're moving on up. Here comes the stem. All right. Now, the stem, boys and girls. Remember I said the stem is like a straw. So we're going to get this one. And it says water moves the blank. Or water moves blank the stem. So grab this one. All right. Now, where does the water move? It goes from the roots up. So on that line, boys and girls, I want you to write the word up. So U-P. And here you go. Water moves up the stem. Okay, now we need to glue it on here, boys and girls. So we did our roots. We gave our description of what that part of the plant does. Now we're going to go up to stem. So we're going to fold this over and we're going to glue this right there. Okay, so there we go. Water moves up the stem and then put it back. So what did our roots? They take in water and hold a plant in the ground. Water moves up the stem. And next, let's go to our leaves. Now remember, leaves create that big thing called photosynthesis, which is where the sun shines down and the food from that, or the plant from that sunlight is able to make food. All right, so here's our leaves and it sucks up that sun and it creates food. So we are going to find this one. Can you guys find that one for me? Okay, so the leaves use the what? The sun. So let's write sun, S-U-N. So uses the sun to make, what? Uses the sun to make food for the plant. So F-O-O-D. There you go, boys and girls. Uses the sun to make food for the plant. Okay. So here we go. We did our roots, our stem, and here we are to our leaves. Let's flip it over and let's glue this one right there. All right, and there we go. So let's review real quick. The roots, they take in water and hold a plant in the ground. The stem helps water move up. And the leaves uses the sun to make food for the plant. And last one, boys and girls, is the flower. All right, now, do you guys remember what the flower does? Maybe think about my corn seed or the life cycle of an apple or a pumpkin that we have talked about. So the flower makes seeds. So let's write seeds on this. So this is our last one. Makes seeds. S-E-E-D-S. Makes seeds. Okay. This is our very last one. So you are going to flip it over and glue it on. All right. So there it is. Flower makes seeds. So boys and girls, you guys did an awesome job. So now your parts of a plant foldables should be done. So here it is. The roots, starting down, take in water and hold a plant in the ground. Water moves up the stem. The leaf uses the sun to make food for the plant, and the flower makes seeds. So there is your foldable. Now, boys and girls, I have a really fun song for you guys that talks about the parts of a plant. So I'm going to get ready to play that for you.
sing this too. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. The flower looks so beautiful, and it makes the seeds that start a new plant. But the petals look pretty for a reason, you see. They attract pollinators like birds or bees. The stem is the part in the middle, and it moves water up to the rest of the plant. Through the stem that water flows, it's like a straw. Watch it go. The leaves on a plant help it to breathe, and they make the air cleaner for you and me. Get set for a big word. You ready for this? They make food for the plant through photosynthesis. The roots hold the plant down into the ground. Underneath in the soil is where they are found. They soak up water and minerals there. They absorb stuff with their little root hairs. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. Each part of a plant has a job to do. Show me each part as you sing this too. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. The flower creates the seeds. Pretend you're a flower with me.
Okay, pretend you're a flower, nice and tall.
The stem is like a straw. Pretend you're a stem, real tall.
Okay, pretend you're a stem, real tall, guys.
Leaves, they make the food. Now pretend you're doing photosynthesis, all of you.
Okay, show me those leaves.
The roots anchor the plant. Hold it down tight like I know you can.
Show me those strong roots.
Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. Each part of a plant has a job to do. Show me each part as you sing this too. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots.
All right, nice job. Thanks, guys. I will also share the link for that video, so if you want to watch it again. And I also post some pictures, so if you need to look at an example. So thank you, guys. Bye. Miss you.